So the past weekend in Toronto, Canada, there was a very big convention called Fan Expo. And Fan Expo is essentially a pop cultural event. And there, of course, they sell a multitude of things ranging from cards to comics to toys, general collectibles, stickers, swords, clothing, merchandise, etc. It's a very big event, arguably one of Canada's biggest conventions. And of course, while I was there, I had to pick up some Pokemon cards. So this is my most recent Pokemon card haul showcase. And as you can tell, it looks a little bit different from what I'm used to. In fact, normally I buy singles and I buy very few sealed, but this time around it's quite the opposite. There's about 12 single cards and the rest is all sealed. And in total I spent around $500 Canadian, which to be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what the conversion rate is. I'll probably put it up on the screen for USD, but it's one of the biggest amounts of money I've walked into a convention with. I'm very proud with my pickups. We're going to go over everything right now. We'll go one by one, and I'll explain a little bit behind my thought process when picking all this up, how much I spent, etc. All right, up first, and it's so difficult to put all three on camera, but we're gonna try our best. I picked up 3 Lucario V and Tyranitar V Heavy Hitters Premium Collection boxes, and admittedly, the elephant in the room, these are not from the convention. In fact, right after the convention, with my leftover budget, I went to Costco and I saw that they had these in Canada. These are brand new. We have not received these yet. I know in the States these were featured at, I believe, Sam's Club, which we don't have here in Canada, but we did finally get these coming to Costco. I purchased them for $50 Canadian a piece, which is fantastic because if I can show you what's in here, we have 1 Fusion Strike, we have 2 Brilliant Stars, we have, as far as I can tell right here, 1 Astral Radiance, 1, 2, 3, 4 Lost Origin, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Silver Tempest. I counted it before. I believe it's around 14 packs. Then, of course, you have the promo cards over here. You have the Lucario and Tyranitar, very basic holographic promo cards. Then you have the V cards, which I believe just come from sets. You have a Jumbo Lucario V card, and then you have 4 different play coins in there as well. Like I said, I picked up 3 of these for $50 a piece, so we spent $150 on these in total. I'm debating opening one of them up, but for now I might just keep them sealed. We'll see. I purchased one online a couple months ago for $70 off of Costco, which is $20 more expensive than I actually bought them for. So this is really cool that they're finally in stores, and best of all, they're only $50 Canadian, which is insane. So this was my first, technically last purchase, but I wanted to get this one out of the way because these 3 are not from the convention, but in a way, I wonder if they were probably my best pickup of the weekend, which is kind of funny to say. All right, so we're going ahead and starting off with my actual convention pickups now. And like I said in the intro, normally I'm more focused on singles and not so much on sealed, but this time around, I just couldn't be bothered to bend over and look through binders and look through bins, and I was just really excited to pick up and find good deals on sealed. But the very first booth I went to, which was the eBay booth, they had some really great deals. They were selling vintage WotC era and EX era, even some Diamond and Pearl era cards for 25 cents. So these were all 25 cents. I believe there's 12. So I spent $3 in total on these singles. So we have a Totodile from the Neo series. We have Delta Species Charmeleon, which I thought was really cool. Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite, Lieutenant Surge's Spearow, Bulbasaur from the Diamond and Pearl era, Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb, Koga's Ekans, Giovanni's Nidoran, Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb, yet again, different artwork, Koga's Tangela, Lieutenant Surge's Spearow, and Brock's Rhyhorn. So like I said, there's only 12 here. I wanted to look through more, admittedly, and I just used change for all these. It was really simple, but I just couldn't be bothered to look through so much bulk. I love collecting the WotC era cards, especially the little commons and uncommon cards. They're just so easy to pick up. They're so palatable. I'm collecting them right now just to store away for fun, and it would have been an excellent point to just really add to my collection. But like I said, I was just there with a bunch of friends. What was the point in trying to pick up so many? I wanted to just pick up sealed more so. So yeah, these are the only singles I got. I'm very proud of them, but I do wish I had a little more time and a little more willpower to look through the rest of that 25 Canadian cent bin full of these. I've been to conventions in the past where these cost me at least $1 Canadian or $2 Canadian, which is insane. To find these for 25 cents is amazing. I missed out on buying more, but for now, this is what I picked up for the singles. All right, then up next, we have a Chilling Reign Elite Trainer box. I picked this up for $50 Canadian, not 60. So it occurred to me literally as I was preparing everything for this video that I believe the table, the booth that I bought this from, they had a $50 price tag over here instead of 60 for the one displayed on the table. Maybe that was meant to be USD or something like that. So I just went up to the guy, I'm like, the Chilling Reign Elite Trainer boxes are $50. And he was like, I guess so, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'll take one. And then I bought one and I just sort of ran away. I was like, wow, what a deal. And it just occurred to me that this is likely the Canadian price, $60, which is still not bad for a Chilling Reign Elite Trainer box. But I bought it for $50, which is awesome. Now, I think Chilling Reign has a lot of potential for the future. I believe it's at least tied for number 2 or number 3 set for the Sword and Shield era. There are so many alt arts. I think there's a lot of potential, and to have only picked this up for $50 Canadian, in my opinion, is a bit of a score, at least right now. So that was my thinking with picking up this ETB. I actually already have one. I have the exact same one, but I'm pretty sure I bought the other one for more expensive anyways. So figured might as well pick it up. All right, then up next, I have these Scarlet and Violet, I don't even remember what they're called, Vibrant Paldea mini tins. So these, I'm not even really sure what packs come in them, but the booth I was buying them at, this was a last minute sale. This was one of the last sales I did for the day, last minute purchases. These were $10 Canadian a piece, which is kind of insane. I don't know what's in them. It's probably not good packs. I have no idea, but they were $10 each. I mean, if you go to Walmart in Canada, these are after taxes almost $20, which is insane, right? So to find these for $10, and then, I don't know, I think the artwork on them is pretty nice. I'm sure the sets that are in here are fantastic, or at least mediocre, whatever. $10, I thought I'll just buy it. Like I said, I had a lot of budget left over at the end, hence why I was able to buy the Costco packs, hence why I bought these, right? But for $10 a piece, I figured why not? For mini tins, $10 Canadian is fantastic, even kind of no matter what set is on the inside. So I figured why not pick these bad boys up. All right, up next, I have some Twilight Masquerade pickups. So we have one booster bundle over here, which I purchased for $30 Canadian. And then I have a bunch of sealed single packs. I don't even know. I think it's between 10 and 12 if I had to guess. I kind of lost count and forgot. But it's between 10 and 12 loose packs. And then I have 3 here that I opened on the train with my friend, just for fun to see what we could pull. I'm pretty sure I didn't get any pulls. Yeah, nothing there, nothing there. Yeah, nothing. So those were just for fun. Of course, I didn't get anything. I was hoping for the Greninja. But if you watched one of my most recent videos, I'm trying to acquire a lot of Twilight Masquerade right now because, I don't know, I have very high hopes and very high expectations for this set right now. It's doing so fantastic, and I think it would be a really great long-term hold and pickup. Now, loose packs are mostly what I came by at the convention. It's a little harder to move loose packs in today's environment with all these scammers going around and resealers. I hope that when it's time, when I want to sell them, it won't be that hard, but we'll see. I don't know. And then, of course, I have this Twilight Masquerade booster bundle. By the way, everything was purchased for $5 a piece Canadian here, which isn't the worst, isn't the best. I mean, $5 is pretty good, actually. Most of the vendors there were selling Twilight Masquerade for probably around $6 Canadian, and then I would say the very few had them around $5, and then the few had them around $7, but I found the few that had them for $5 and I picked them up. And then the booster bundle I only found towards the end of my adventure there at Fan Expo, and this was only $30, which is market value for Canadian, but I will say it's hard to find local game stores and game shops that are only selling them for $30 because they know that Greninja pull is so insane right now. So of course they're going to put a premium on it. So I bought this, and then I walked around for probably 20 minutes. I'm like, I got to go back and buy more. And when I went back, they were all sold out. So I lucked out kind of sort of, I guess, with buying one. I mean, it's not a rare or hard item to find, but for $30, I think it's not bad. But yeah, lo and behold, I went back and there were no more of these. And pretty much by the end of the show, believe it or not, most of the Twilight Masquerade was sold out. I was very impressed. I was like, holy, like, I know I know my plan for Twilight Masquerade, but I guess other people are on the same page, right? Or at the very least, they're looking to rip. I don't know, but overall, we have quite a few Twilight Masquerade packs here. Very excited, gonna keep these sealed for the long term. All right, so then up next, I have 5 Battle Styles packs and 5 Fusion Strike packs. Now, this is my favorite story from the convention. So, I went up to this booth. I know these guys. I've dealt with them before. I've done business with them. They probably don't remember me, but they were essentially selling packs, loose packs, and I went up to them, asked how much they were, and he said, anything in this box is 5 packs for 20 Canadian dollars. And I saw Fusion Strike. I'm like, so everything, even the stuff that's marked, that stuff is the same price? And he's like, yep, that's $5. And so I was like, okay, I'll take 5 Fusion Strike, right? Which I did. He's like, okay, $20. And that was insane. And I walked away. This is all the Fusion Strike they had for the time. I walked away, I was like, that is amazing. I got 5 Fusion Strike for $20 Canadian, which is insane. They go for like $8 right now a pack. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have to go back later and just buy more of this guy's stuff. So I came back, and then he only really had Battle Styles left for the Sword and Shield era. So I was like, okay, you know what? I mean, Battle Styles isn't amazing, but whatever, you know, for $5 a pack, it's getting a little older. I have high hopes for Battle Styles one day. Let's do the same deal. So we did. I was like, that's awesome. And then the guy, he goes down below, he pulls out a whole other box, and he's probably got like 40 packs of Fusion Strike there. And I'm like, these are all available for the deal? He says, yep, let's do it. I'm like, oh my God. So my buddy buys 10 Lost Origin, and I buy 10 Fusion Strike. My buddy cashes out, he's good. I'm about to cash out. And the vendor's co-owner of the booth, whatever, he walks up, he's like, hey, what's going on here? And we're like, oh, we're just doing this deal. He's like, oh, awesome. And then for some reason, the guy screws me. The guy who's actually selling me these packs, he turns to his buddy and he goes, by the way, just so you know, these at my store, they sell for $8, no problem. And then the guy's like, wait, really? And he's like, yeah, are you sure you want to sell them for $5? And the guy's like, oh man, no, absolutely not. Put them away. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. So essentially he's like, oh, you know what? Like, maybe we'll honor the deal. I'll charge $6 for them. And like, that's it. We're putting the Fusion Strike away. I'll sell you 10 for 60, right? And then now, hindsight, looking back, I should have done it. I should have taken it because it's still a great deal. But I was just like, okay, I got to look around the convention more. I got to do other things. So I walked away from it. I could have had 10 more Fusion Strike packs and paid essentially, what would that have been? $80 for 15 packs, which in the grand scheme of things isn't the worst, but isn't the best either. I mean, well, okay, for the market right now, it's good, but I don't know. It left a sour taste in my mouth for these packs. So I just stuck with these 5. I could have had 10, and then 10 for 40, and then it went up to 10 for 60. Looking back, I should have done like 5 for 30 or something, but it's okay. We have these, then we have the Battle Styles. I wasn't really in the mood to go back and buy more Battle Styles. I think 5 is enough, so yeah, I just bought some of these, and like I said, these are all for the long-term hold. Then lastly, my last 2 pickups for the convention. This one is the Unified Minds Japanese pack. I don't recall what the set is actually called in Japanese, but it's the Unified Minds pack, I guess, the set of Unified Minds. And this one was around $15, maybe $16 Canadian. I couldn't find any comps quickly, but I had cash left over, and I really like Unified Minds. I think it's a really nice set. I wanted to pick up a little something, like something that's more vintage than Sword and Shield era, but not quite super old. And Fan Expo is really nice, but it's not necessarily a Pokemon or a trading card convention, right? It's not that easy to find trading cards anymore. It was in 2021 and 2022, but now I would say it's dimmed down a lot. Anyways, so I did find this, and it was a reasonable price, so I picked up one of these. I have no idea what the long-term potential is for it, but just for fun, why not? And then lastly, I picked up this black and white base set pack. This is obviously a loose pack, and yeah, I don't quite know what to make of it. I mean, I looked it up. The market value for black and white base set is roughly $95. I paid 90 Canadian. I haven't really owned too many black and white packs. This is in fact the second one I've ever owned. So I thought it was really cool, and again, the last purchase of the day. Now, the trends, the graphs show that black and white is slowly going up with price, but who really knows? This one might be a long-term hold. I don't know what the long-term potential is, but I just thought this one was so cool to pick up. $90 was within my budget of what I actually wanted to spend on it, so who knows what the long term will be, but I'm very excited to see what could happen. All right, everybody, those are my pickups for the Fan Expo convention in Toronto, Canada that just happened. I'd love to know your thoughts on what I picked up at the convention. What would you have picked up? Did you end up going? I'd love to know everything, and until next time, I'll catch you the next one.